What's up, everybody? Raheem Escalay here. Episode 205 of Roaring Through Sports Talk starts now. NCAA football news, MLB scores, reaction and review, obviously, for the big NCAA weekend. A lot of important games. Rivalry week is always heated, so we're definitely going to talk about that, NBA and NHL. But first, we're going to hit you with the news. So let's go. The New York Mets strike again. You know, they're free agent masters of what they do, especially the GMs. As I have mentioned before, they reached a deal with Eduardo Escobar and Mark Cahan. Are both solid players in the Major League Baseball, and the Mets just keep on striking. I think that they need to shore up a little bit at the shortstop position. So that's obviously going to be reached either through free agency or trade. I don't think they have much value for trade as far as that's concerned. I don't think they really have anybody. Everybody who's decent or considered close to a star is on a long contract on that team, so I believe they're going to use free agency to get it done. Could be within a couple days, something like that. And the Mets are trying to get better, competitive in that National League. Flu outbreak puts a lot of players for the Michigan State Spartans kind of in like not like a COVID protocol, but they're not wanting them to go around the team and potentially spread that, which I think is good. You know, keeping players safe, but it's flu, not COVID. Brooks Koepka easily beats rival Bryson DeChambeau, and was called the match, straight up match in between them. If you've been paying attention on Twitter or anything in the last month or two, you'll see them trading jabs and going back and forth. And I think the competition, the shit talk is really is good. Is good for golf, actually, and I think it'll turn on more viewers to watch the sport. So whoever's marketing for the PGA Tour, you're doing a good job. Wake Forest saw the job market blooming, especially for coaches anywhere. A lot of open positions within NCAA football, and potentially a couple that could be coming in the NFL. And they locked up the Claw, Dave Clawson, as their head coach. They gave him an extension. He is currently 49-47. Wake Forest is also currently the number one team in ACC football. Virginia Tech head coaching job is still open. From what I understand, and sometime next week, they could potentially sign that defensive coordinator from Penn State. Can't think of his name right now. But yeah, I think that's what Virginia Tech's going to do as far as their head coach. Fry's his last name. They're going to, he fits that mold, brings that toughness and consistency and everything that they want in their head coach. He's a very intense guy. And I think that's what Penn State needs. Is he another Joe Pa? No. But luckily for Penn State, he is not another Jerry Sandusky. Keep your kids inside. Okay, that's enough. The 11-0 Bulldogs stay in state and highly favored against Georgia Tech. Probably going to be like 69-4, something like that. Georgia is the truth. They're going to beat Bama like I have fucking been saying all year. And yeah, that's just that. Rivalry week was everything on Turkey Day in Western Mass, but can it top the NCAA? Yeah, I don't think so. A lot of good football teams in Western Massachusetts on the high school side, but there's nothing like Like, there's nothing like going to the Iron Bowl or going to Georgia Tech versus Georgia game and just being there, the vibe, the atmosphere, and being involved in that is something that you can't describe. It's like you got to be there to experience it. Boom. All right. And those are sports news. Let's go. Oh. Excuse me. Alrighty, here we go. NCAA. So what I have for you for the football side, my picks, what's going on today, and specifically when number 17 Pittsburgh goes to play Syracuse, the Orangemen, a Springfield native, will be suiting up and playing in that game. So, shout out to you. Let me keep that name quiet. Georgia over Georgia Tech. That's at 12. Wake Forest over BC. I got Florida over FSU. Baylor taking on Texas Tech. I got Baylor in that game. Houston over UConn. Michigan over Ohio State. The Roadrunners of the University of Texas at San Antonio over North Texas. They are ranked 22 and 11-0, I believe. I'm not sure why a team who's undefeated like that isn't as highly ranked as they should be, but it could be a competition thing. Could be they're just like a new school who are starting to get a lot of the eyes of those who sit on the college football selection committee. Auburn over Bama, even though it's probably not going to happen. Michigan State over Penn State. Oregon State beats Oregon. Don't kill me for that one either. Actually, go with Oregon State in the under because that running game is going to keep what's his face on the sidelines. Texas A&M over LSU. One thing I want to say about LSU is they are getting ready to have a new coach at some point. I think Ed Orgeron is on his way out. His voice is still. You can't hate on that. But you gotta hate on the fact that, as he's been coach, LSU has failed to reach the top 25 ranking this year, and definitely last year. They kind of fell back. LSU did, in my opinion, as being one of the prominent football schools in college, but they will bounce back, and I believe with this hiring of where they're going to pick up is going to definitely change things. Pittsburgh over Syracuse, Oklahoma State over Oklahoma. Lincoln Riley getting ready to shift on out of there is kind of it's like resonating and sitting there with everybody. Notre Dame over Stanford. Notre Dame's one of the best teams in this country, and they will prove that again against Stanford. And then the nightcap is number 13 BYU versus USC. BYU is going to win that game. Another team who's under the radar and one of the best in the country. Yeah, that's them. Earlier this week, Ole Miss beat Mississippi State 31-21. San Diego State beat Boise State 27-16. Iowa over Nebraska by a touchdown 28-21. Arkansas takes care of Missouri 34-17. Cincy over East Carolina 38-13. Cincy is in the college football playoffs, top 4 teams. Utah beats Colorado 28-13, and NC State over UNC in a thriller 34-30. There goes your scores for NCAAF. Now, moving on to NBA. Clippers over the Pistons 107-96. Charlotte beats the Timberwolves 133-115. Phoenix over the Knicks 118-97. Chicago beats Orlando 123-98. Wow. Indy over Toronto 114-97. Hawks over the Grizzlies 132-100. Spurs beat the Celtics 96-88. Milwaukee over Denver 120-109. NOLA beats Utah at the end 98-97. Wow, one of the league's top defense loses to one of the worst teams. Golden State 118, Portland 103, and Sacramento Kings beat my Lakers 141-137 in what is the highest scoring NBA game of the season so far. We'll win again next I don't know. My Lakers suck this year. Anyway, there goes the NBA. There goes the NBA. NHL. Rangers over the Bruins 5-2. Carolina over Philly 6-3. Overtime. Chicago beat St. Louis 3-2. Minnesota 7. Winnipeg 1. Anaheim 4. Ottawa nothing. Washington 4. Florida Panthers 3. Nashville Predators 4. The Devils 2. Buffalo 4. Montreal 1. Tampa Bay 3. Seattle Kraken 0. Columbus Jets over Vancouver 4-2. Pittsburgh beats the Islanders 1-0. Dallas over Colorado 3-1. And Toronto beats the San Jose Betting Canes 4-1. There we go. NCAA basketball. Duke beats Gonzaga 84-81. Purdue over you saw my reaction for that score. Purdue over Omaha 97-40. Wow. Dayton upsets Kansas 74-73. Number 6 Baylor beats the Spartans of Michigan State 75-58. Memphis over Iowa State 78-59. And Bama takes down Drake 80-71. Drake was winning in the second quarter. As you know, Bama's they're starting to find their identity defensively on the ball court, and it's pretty interesting, obviously, to be real with you. Anyway, Kentucky over North Florida 86-52. Illinois beats the University of Texas at Rio Grande Valley 94-85. Tennessee over Tennessee Tech 80-69. Auburn beats Syracuse 89-68. Wow. Auburn Tigers basketball team's all right. UConn over Virginia Commonwealth 70-63. The Trojans beat San Diego State 58-43, and Xavier over Virginia Tech 59-58. Xavier's ranked 25th in the nation, by the way. Those are your scores for NCAA basketball, man. So let's finish this with the women's. Number 1, South Carolina takes care of Elan 79-38. Baylor beats Arizona State 62-52. Stanford loses to USF 57-54. Now, what's something to consider when you look at this game? The fact that Stanford was one of, if not the best, teams in college basketball on the women's side. I did not see this coming. Excuse me. I took Stanford in a straight up bet. Excuse me, with a friend of mine, and South Florida won it at the end, and it kind of hurts when you're heading home in the cold after you've lost the bet. Believe you me. Arizona all over DePaul 75-68. Tennessee beats Kansas 68-58. Michigan beats Oregon State 61-52. Iowa State over Charlotte 75-59. Kent State upsets UCLA 75-69. Texas A&M over South Dakota 58-44. Missouri State 76. Virginia Tech 68. Virginia Tech is upset again. 2 weeks in a row in which they were ranked and lost. Florida Gulf Coast all over Tennessee Tech 81-69, and Iowa and USC game was canceled. Iowa's the number 8 team in the women's college basketball. Well, that's it. Episode 205 for the Sports Talk. Hope you all had a great Saturday. Have a great weekend, and 38 subscribers on YouTube. Go see us over there, and we're on Facebook as well. Best sports show ever. Let's try to make that a thing. All right. Love you all, and I'll see you Sunday. Football.